Unlike DK Oldies, today I'm going to be teaching you how to perform a proper refurbishment on a Nintendo 64 console. And while we're at it, I can't wait to upgrade the shell to this awesome transparent blue. And once refurbished, as a little bonus for you, we're going to do a performance test with the latest version of a Super Smash Bros. Mod, so stick around to the end. So let's open up our new shell and take a look. Retro is cool, it sure is. So have a look at the quality of this molding, guys. Definitely does not look like it's just cheaply done. I've got high hopes for this upgrade. Now I am super pleased that they have included this special security bit driver with this kit, because I was actually about to buy one separately, and these things are not cheap. This Nintendo 64, which we're going to be refurbishing today, is not my original childhood 64. Since the console's only been in my possession for about 5 years, I've actually got no idea what the condition is going to be like on the inside, and the first step is going to be to remove the expansion pack. So I'm just going to use this little mobile phone repair tool, which should do the same job. Yep, and by the way, I don't know if you've seen on eBay, but these things are going for an absolute killing right now, so we want to be careful with this. Now we are going to make use of our new security bit driver to remove the screws from the underside here. And there we go. You can already see a dust ball in there, just like on the DK Oldies returns. Man, check this out. There's even spider webs in here, so quite grubby indeed. The last thing we need from our old shell is the springs from these cartridge flaps. There we go. And just before I pack this shell away, I'm also going to remove these buttons. And the reason we're grabbing these, guys, is because I might actually consider using them in the new transparent blue shell. Wow, there is quite a bit of dust in there. So I'm going to take this outside and give this a thorough blowing down. By the way, if you're still using a regular air duster can, I'd highly recommend getting an electric one. It's much more efficient. So here we go. The majority of the dust and crap now blown away, we're safe to start removing the motherboard. So let's get started with these 2 port screws. Now we have 5 screws to remove along the edge here. Now we're going to remove these 2 cartridge port screws. And finally, we're going to remove a few screws around the expansion port. And by the way, guys, I am absolutely loving the screw organization ability of this little mat that I got. And I actually only paid just $3 for this mat from AliExpress. So if you want to check that video out, I'll leave a link for you above. Let's continue with the last screw. Oh yeah, there we go. By the way, we are also going to keep these metal brackets from inside the shell. We are also going to take out the little light diffuser, even though they did include one with the new kit. So let's flip this over. How does the condition look? We will give that a bit of a wipe down, but for the most part that looks pretty good. So the next screws we would need to remove are these 2 black screws here. There we go. The next 2 screws we're going to remove are these 2 here. We should now be able to remove this plate. And now we are up to the final bunch of screws to enable us to get to the chips. So let's start removing these. So let's remove this little plate here. So here is our bare main board. So I've got some 99% isopropyl alcohol here, and also just a fine bristled toothbrush, which we're going to use to clean up some of the dirty components. While we wait for this to dry, we're just going to use that as an opportunity to tidy up these plates. So we're now going to apply a small amount of our thermal compound to each of these areas. So let's get the plate on, make sure it's aligned as it goes down so we're not smudging it everywhere. Alright, now let's get this back on. And by the way guys, if you do want to get your hands on any of the tools we use, including this, I will be leaving links for you in the description below. Right way up. Okay, that looks pretty good. Alright, now you see what I've done there? I've got the 4 corners done just to keep everything sturdy. And there we go, a successful heatsink job. Now we'll just get the remaining plates back on, followed by this little one here. Okay, with our motherboard completely locked and loaded, ready to go, we now need to start thinking about our shell and what kind of a color scheme we're going to go with. Okay, I've made up my mind. I will be swapping the doors, the power and reset button, and the feet with the original black Nintendo ones. Like so. Get that all lined up. We want to make sure we have this multi-out bracket installed, just so that it goes down properly. That all looks very snug. Okay, so look, to be honest guys, I don't think the screw holes in this shell on the bottom half are the right size for these 4 screws. So I don't want to keep putting them in. So we're going to continue the assembly like so. We will first install our little doors, and we just have to put those springs in. Just swap them over, give that a test. Yeah, that looks very clean. Check it out. Make sure that the power is down, so we're on off, and we're going to start putting these screws underneath. I've just fully reassembled it, and I have some rather unfortunate news. It looks like the reset button has gotten jammed when I've pressed it. It is a big inconvenience not being able to press that, so let's get this fixed. There's a very small piece of bent plastic. I'll see if I can point it out for you. Just there. I've just gone and grabbed myself my pair of flush cutters, and I reckon we should be able to get to that little bit of extra plastic. Feels a bit better, but it's still getting jammed. And I've just gone and grabbed my little mini triangular file. There's only one way to find out. We're going to have to reassemble this and see if that's fixed it. Check it out, the reset button is working, and I am so incredibly relieved. Alright, now smash that like button if you are enjoying the video so far, because we have just got to do some last finishing touches, and then we're going to be ready to test this bad boy. Now the first thing I'm noticing is that our expansion pack could also do with a bit of a scrub. Awesome. N64 branded expansion pack cover, and now the absolute finishing touch, the Nintendo 64 badge. And that is our finished build. Now, if you do want to get your hands on one of these upgrade kits or on any of the tools that you've seen me using today, I will be leaving links for you in the description below. So, DK Oldies, that is how you perform a Nintendo 64 refurbishment. Wow, how absolutely stunning does this Nintendo 64 look right now? I am so proud of this thing. Well, it's now time for the bonus. So let's fire up this sexy beast, and we're going to give it a test on the EverDrive 64 with my new version of Super Smash Bros. We're also going to plug in my new Brawler 64 wireless controller, and if you missed the review for that one, check it out above. So we're going to have a match with 2 of the new characters. I'm playing Mewtwo, and I've got the computer on Bowser. Uh-oh, that's gonna hurt. Oh, roasted him a bit. There we go. That'll do it. Oh, that hurts. Damn. Woo, that was close. Okay, should have him here. Yes. was a nice combo. Come on, get out. He's going to try. Oh, not from the... Oh! He nearly headbutted me. That could have been bad. Boom, there we go. Well, that was a ton of fun, guys. Smash that like button if you agree. And while you're down there, what's your favourite Nintendo 64 game and why? I'm leaving you with our gaming playlist as well as our recent review of the Brawler 64 wireless controller that you don't want to miss. Make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss our next gaming review, and I've got a Game Boy Advance one on the way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next review.